Here are 5 tips for feeling confident, Jaslene's edition. Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. If you're new here, my name is Jasleen, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So I thought I'd switch things up a bit. I wanted to really include more discussion type videos, more chit chat videos. This is a really lovely community and I really love how all of you guys pitch in the comment section. I really like hearing your feedback, and I thought that this could be a space where we can share some tips on how to be a better person, how to improve our lives, how to move forward in life. So I'm going to talk about confidence, and I'm going to give you my definition, and this might be different from a dictionary definition, but there's a fine line and difference between confidence and arrogance, okay? So an arrogant person has a very exaggerated sense of self-assurance, and this type of person will make others feel uneasy around them. You've met that person who's arrogant and somebody who you're like, wow, they're really full of themselves, and it just turns you off and you don't want to spend any time around them. Don't let arrogance get in the way of your success. A confident person is self-assured, but they're able to captivate those around them and makes everybody feel at ease, makes everybody feel easy and comfortable in their own skin, and they make others feel at ease in their company. So growing up, I wasn't the most confident person, and now that I'm in my early 30s, I can give you, which is, I've heard, the best age, but I can give you what I've learned over the years. And I heard that after your 30s, it actually just gets better and better and better. But right now, I'm gonna just talk to you about what I've learned over the years and, how I got to where I am. I do feel like I'm a confident person, so just gonna share some of my tips with you. So yes, growing up in school, I was not a confident person. I was the top of my class, straight A student. I was labeled gifted. Although, because I think everybody's gifted. I don't really agree with the term gifted, but I was labeled gifted. Teacher's pet, but yes, in the eyes of adults, I was always a shining star, but that wasn't so true with my classmates and peers, so I was made fun of. I wasn't the prettiest or the most good-looking child. Oh God. I mean, now is a glow up compared to what no, I'm kidding. But I wasn't the prettiest or the most good-looking kid. I wasn't a popular girl. I didn't have a lot of friends. I wasn't wearing like name brand clothes or the coolest clothes. Just things that, I got bullied, of course. I got called names, was talked about behind my back, you name it. And at that tender age, it really does impact you. So I don't have very fond memories of elementary school, but I think that, or junior high, but I think that really shaped me to be more sensitive about people's feelings. So while I was always comfortable talking to adults, I was not comfortable around my peers or people my own age, and that caught up to me and it had to stop. So it was only when I hit university, I would say, it hit me in my 3rd year. So in my 1st and 2nd year of university, I went to University of Toronto. These are, your first year, even if you're in life science, if you're in other programs, you're in huge, huge classes, okay? And it's terrible, if you don't have the confidence, you really do sink because you don't know anybody, you don't make friends easily. There's just so many people around you, and I knew that this is not going to pan out well for me. My good grades aren't going to get me anywhere. So it was intimidating. It was really intimidating. It was really difficult to make friends. I live very close to campus, so I would just go home in between classes. I wouldn't make an attempt to even get to know anybody. I really felt like I just wanted to keep to myself. I felt afraid of sometimes going to class. That's how bad it was. Oh gosh, I really hated those days. But I remember being in a very large class, and I did meet some people in my tutorial group. So you had tutorials where you had a section of the class, 20 of you being taught by teaching assistants. So maybe I would, I interacted with some people, but they had a friend, and he just seemed to be the life of the party at every class. And he wasn't in our stream, but we had some common elective classes together. And I remember he made me feel at ease. Like he took the time and he really listened. He was always happy. He was always smiling, and everybody liked him. Everyone liked him. Everyone liked to say hi to him. You know, he would talk to random strangers. I felt comfortable around him, and he was a funny guy. And I'm like, wow, I really want to be like him. You know, I was just trying to figure out, like, what is it that he does that makes him so likable? Where is his confidence coming from? And, you know, I realized that, you know what, I need to change the way I act around people. I need to stop waiting for people to come and approach me. I need to take initiative. So I had I went through a huge change in my 3rd year and 4th year of university, and that really set me up to be the person I am today. And if I didn't make that change, I don't know how I would be a doctor today, because I have to talk to random strangers every single day, and I have to be a role model. So I'm so thankful that I met that person at that time that really inspired me and taught me, just taught me, like, I just learned by example. Okay, he didn't even tell me how to be confident. I learned by his example because I wanted to be like him. So tip number 1, break the ice. Don't be afraid to break the ice. Take initiative. If you smile, people will smile with you. Often people who are quiet, because I know I was quiet, often people who are quiet are not quiet because they don't like you or they don't want to interact with you. They're quiet because perhaps they're insecure, perhaps they're shy, perhaps they're going through something rough, perhaps they're sad, perhaps they're stressed, perhaps they're intimidated. And when I realized the other side of the coin, I realized that, wow, there needs to be more people like him who break the ice so that you can engage those people. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to say hi to random people. I'm just going to smile at everyone. I'm going to ask people how they're doing. And you've heard that phrase, like, fake it till you'll make it, right? So sometimes you have to fake the confidence, okay? So I remember walking into 3rd year, sat down, and I said, hey everyone, like, you know, not hey everyone, I was like, hey, how are you? My name's Jasleen, nice to meet you. I broke the ice. I put myself out there, and the response was so positive. I met so many people. So many people were willing to say, oh, hey, you know, like, they knew my name. They, you know, they sat with me. We would talk, like, and it wasn't even like I had a close friendship with these people. It was just everywhere I went, because, you know, in these classes, like, it's so fast paced. You meet so many people, but you don't know if you're going to see them again. So that was almost necessary to build some sort of connection, because if I felt a connection, I felt more engaged in my studies. Okay, so this is in school. Break the ice. Understand that if people are quiet, it's not because they don't like you. I mean, there's a very small percentage of people who are going to be nasty. Like, maybe you'll say hi and they won't say hi back. That's okay. Don't take it personally. Just move on with your life and try to be the light in the room. Smile. People will definitely smile with you. Speaking of breaking the ice, help others as well, right? So be a helping hand. Open doors for people. You won't know how far that will take you. Like, people are really appreciative of that. Any help that you give to somebody, if you help someone, if you give something to somebody, if you give them your time, it actually releases endorphins. So in particular, it releases an endorphin called dopamine, which is a neurotransmitter, and this neurotransmitter helps you feel that sense of reward, okay? So when you give something to somebody, whether it's through volunteer work, whether you are just giving a helping hand, or whether you're getting somebody a coffee and you see how happy it makes them, it actually makes you happy. So it's a positive feedback. So yes, so definitely go out of your way, do favors for people, help them. Most of the time it is appreciated. If there's somebody that doesn't appreciate you, that's a different story, but generally speaking, people do respond well to this. So number 2, take care of yourself physically. Feel good in your own skin. So I think, you know, we all may experience insecurities with our body image. I have as well. I still sometimes do. And you get to a point where you really accept and you embrace the body and the skin that you're in. And that's the most important point. taking care of yourself physically, getting exercise, movement, taking care of like your nails, your skin, your hair, all these things that make you feel good in your own skin is really, really important. Eating a healthy diet. I know for myself that when I eat well, I feel good. I feel more confident. When I'm at a healthy weight, okay, I don't have an unhealthy relationship with weight, but when I'm at a healthy weight where I feel good in the clothes that I'm wearing, I feel good in my own body, I'm the most confident then. And I think that it's really important to really do take care of yourself physically. Exercise boosts mood as well. Again, releases those endorphins in your body that make you feel good. So going for walks, getting exercise, you know that you're doing something good for your body. When you're eating good, healthy food, you know you're doing something good for your body as well. You're nourishing your body, and that is all another aspect of building confidence. Number 3, wear clothes that make you feel good. Don't wear frumpy clothes. Don't wear colors that you don't feel good in. Don't wear clothes that you don't feel your best in, that you don't feel suit you, okay? Don't wear that. Don't buy clothes that are like, maybe I can make it work. No, only buy what you like, only buy what you feel absolutely amazing in, and wear that. I'd rather you have a smaller, more curated closet than a closet full of junk that you're just not gonna wear, okay? So when you wear clothes that you feel good in, you're ready to take on the day, okay? You're ready to just go anywhere, and you're more inclined to take on opportunities. So the same goes for, when you get dressed. So getting dressed in the morning, I know a lot of people are working from home, some people aren't, but even if you're working from home, you don't have to do like the full shebang, but do your hair, if you wear makeup, put on some makeup. Anything that makes you feel a little bit more elevated is definitely going to make you feel more confident, is definitely going to make you feel more inclined to take initiative and take on every opportunity that comes your way. If you're at home and you're dressed for the day and you feel good, you're going to be more inclined to get out of the door and go run some errands, just get things done. And so yes, the clothes that you wear do make a difference, but doesn't have to be brand name, doesn't have to be high end, as long as it is clothing that makes you feel good about yourself, whether it's color, fit, shape. Just wear clothes that you feel good in, buy clothes that you feel good in. If you have any ounce of doubt when you buy something and you think, this isn't going to work for me, don't keep it, return it. Just keep what you feel good in. Number 4 is really important, and it takes time to get to this point, and it only gets better from here. When I talk to people who are older than me, and you've heard of the term give 0 Fs. It's true, right? So limit toxic people or cut out toxic people out of your life. Sometimes it's not possible. I understand. They could be at your workplace, perhaps they're relatives, but deal with them when you have to deal with them, but in your free time, do not think about them. Don't give them your attention at all. Their opinions aren't going to help you get anywhere in life. Their opinions don't pay the bills, okay? So you really, really need to cut these people out. Life is too short to care about their opinions. Life is too short to be validated by people who don't have the best intentions for you. So don't give them the time of day. And it takes courage to do that, but once you do that, you're going to feel so good because you're going to use your free time to focus on your growth and bettering your life, whether it is, watching, documentaries, maybe it's reading a book, listening to an audiobook, developing a skill. Maybe you want to watch YouTube videos and just learn about whatever you want, whatever it is. Use that time for yourself. Instead, use your time to be with those that bring you up, that are rooting for you, that are on your team. Surround yourself with those positive people, and that will also help to increase your confidence. So yeah, you don't need to give the people who are jealous of you the time of day. Their opinions don't count. Life is too short. And finally, number 5, it's very hard to do this these days, but, and I know you've heard this before, don't compare yourself to others. It's very hard not to, though. Especially in a world where, you know, we are living in this social media world where we are constantly bombarded, or we bombard ourselves, really. Like, nobody asked us, but we seek it out, actually. But we look at Instagram, we watch YouTube videos. I'm not saying this YouTube video, but primarily like social media, and we look at our peers, or we look at people around our own age, and we see that they've met certain milestones that perhaps we haven't met. So I remember in university at that age, when we were in our 20s, it was all about, okay, you graduated from your undergrad, what's next? And that was very stressful because a lot of students didn't know what was next. And some people had to kind of like fake it and say that, oh, you know, I'm doing this program, or I'm doing research, or I'm doing like an internship at the city. And, you know, we knew that they weren't anywhere, but they just had to fake this position, and it made others feel bad that they weren't in that position. Nonetheless, so whether it is your education, whether it is marriage, relationships, whether it's having children, whether it's getting that job, whether it's owning your own business, don't compare these milestones with other, like your timeline does not have to match other people's timeline. That's my point. Not everybody graduates from college, university at the same time. Some people finish high school, go to work, and then they'll go to university when they're 30. Big deal. Who cares, right? They're on their own timeline. Some people will get married early, some people will get married later, some people don't get married at all. Some people have children early, some people have children later, some people don't have children at all. It doesn't matter. You have to do what's right for your life at the pace that you're going at, that is comfortable for you, that makes sense to you, okay? So comparing yourself, you know, whether you hit a milestone with somebody else, it really is very destructive to your confidence. Do not do that. And also, you know, we've all heard this, online social media, everybody puts their best forward. Nobody posts that they've had a bad day. Nobody posts their failures. It's very, very rare somebody will, but most of the time everybody puts their best forward, and there's filters, whether it's like photo filters or whatnot. Don't always take that at face value. That is one snapshot in that person's day or in that person's life. So you can't say that their life is always like that. So always be cognizant of that, okay? So it's very hard to not compare yourself to others, and you know, it takes time to be happy with what you have. I really think that practicing you know, just even with you don't have to write it down, you don't have to tell anybody, but just thinking in your day like what you're grateful for, that really helps to ground you. I think that's really important. So comparing yourself to others is not healthy, okay? However, a little bit of comparison can be healthy, and this is comparison where you want to be inspired by somebody else's success, okay? There's a difference, okay? So one thing is okay, you're comparing yourself and then you're measuring your success against somebody else's and penalizing yourself for not matching that success. But it's one thing to look to somebody as a role model and say, you know what, I really want to do what she's doing, or I really want to be where she is, or wow, you know, she has a wonderful like handbag collection. I want to get there somewhere, and I can, and this is how I'm going to do it, okay? That is healthy, okay? That is a healthy way. But an unhealthy way is when you're constantly penalizing yourself and you're constantly self-limiting yourself, thinking that you can never be like that. No, yes, opportunities come their way. Luck is also a factor as well. Your circumstances, how you grew up, all of those things, socioeconomic factors, you name it, we can go into huge discussion. These all impact success, we know that. But I really think that, you know, success, everybody has their own definition of success, and owning a huge house in like a prime location and having a huge walk-in closet, sometimes those are measures of success. for some people, success can mean other things. So again, do not compare yourself to others. I hope that these tips were helpful, especially given the audience. I was looking through my YouTube analytics and I looked at, the type of audience I have. Most of you are around, in the mid-20s to early 30s age group. And then there are some of you who are a bit older, which is really great. But I figured, in your mid-20s, that's a time that is a bit tricky. Like you're not quite on track yet, you're getting there, but sometimes these things can get in the way. So having confidence really put your best forward. Really, having confidence really does move you forward because you're not so distracted by other things. You focus on yourself, you focus on bettering yourself, and move forward from there. Okay guys, I hope you really like this video. I have a lot of other topics that I do want to cover, so stay tuned. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, tap the bell notification to get notified every time I do upload a new video. Give this video a like if you liked it. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.